Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for 2020 Clovis Unified Virtual State of the District. I'm here this morning at a beautiful brand new elementary school, Janet Young Elementary School, but I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mike Fennessy, partner at Darden Architects and chairperson for the Foundation for Clovis Schools. Now, more than ever, it's important to stay well informed of the happenings across our district. So on behalf of the entire volunteer board of directors for the Foundation for Clovis Schools, thank you for making our school district a priority in your schedule and taking the time to join us this morning for a very important message from Dr. O'Farrell. Before we hear from Dr. O'Farrell, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors. They are a steadfast group of community leaders that have continued to believe in the importance of supporting Clovis Unified students and educators. To acknowledge them this morning, I have some help from the Janet Young Elementary Jets Pep and Cheer Flight Squad. We'll start with our presenting sponsors, some of whom have supported Foundation for Clovis Schools since it was established by Doc Buchanan in 1986. They include Blair Church and Flynn, SynCal Demolition, Community Medical Centers, Granville Homes, Mark Wilson Construction, and Teeter Architects and Engineers. And also for our contributing sponsors, I'd like to thank Bernard's, California Health Science University, Copeland Medical, Durham Construction, Good Old Days Antiques in downtown Clovis, Paul Halasian Architects, and West Tech Systems.
Thank you!
It's through the support of the community partners like these that we're able to fund grants for new teachers, innovative classroom projects, and provide scholarships and other support that is vital for Clovis Unified students and teachers. If you would like to become more involved with the Foundation, please do so and learn more about how to donate online at foundationforclovisschools.com. I'm pleased to acknowledge a very special champion for the Foundation for Clovis Schools. For the past 15 years, Granville, along with its trade partners, have supported the Foundation through the Granville Home of Hope fundraiser, where a beautiful new home is raffled off to a lucky winner, with all proceeds benefiting several local nonprofit organizations. Each year, Granville's donation supports one of our signature programs, Students of Promise, awarding scholarships to students who are overcoming personal hardships. This year, the Foundation for Clovis Schools was fortunate enough to receive $84,611 through Granville Home of Hope. Thank you, Granville Homes, for what you do. And now, without further ado, I'd like to turn this over to Dr. Emer O'Farrell, the Superintendent of Clovis Unified, with lots of information to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. You and your fellow Foundation for Clovis Schools directors and the business partnerships you help develop really do make a huge difference for our students. You are game changers. Good morning. I hope you've grabbed your coffee and are ready to sit back and tune in for the next 15 minutes or so as I share an update on our Clovis Unified community. Clovis Unified continues to grow. We are the 14th largest school district in California, headed to being the 13th, and consistently one of the highest performing of any large district. This year we opened Janet Young Elementary, where more than 580 students are already enrolled. The Young Jets represent our 34th elementary school, just one of the schools needed to keep pace with growing enrollment in the southeast and northwest areas of the district. Also near Young Elementary is the site of a much-needed high school and intermediate school that, if Measure A, our $335 million facility bond measure on the November ballot, passes, will open in 2025 to ease overcrowding on the Clovis East and Clovis High campuses. I'll talk a bit more about the bond measure later, but for now, I want to focus on all that has been happening to serve our students during the COVID pandemic. Clovis High, where I'm at today, is the district's first and flagship school whose current campus was built in 1970. Isn't it the perfect place to honor Clovis Unified's 60th Diamond Jubilee anniversary? Behind me is one of our special education programs. Our special education teams were one of the first to start bringing kids back to campus this year. First for the on-site assessment and services that just cannot be delivered online, and then in small groups for in-person instruction. I am incredibly proud of our special education team for never giving anything but their absolute best for our students. Closing our campuses was the hardest thing we have ever done. We miss our kids, and every day since March, we have sought ways to serve every student. In the past 7 months, our team of creative and dedicated employees transformed our educational delivery system not once, but 2 times, and are now headed to a 3rd. We learned as we went, and our decisions were focused on keeping our students connected to their schools and teachers, and giving them a reason to keep working through the end of the school year. Then in August, after our plans to return to in-person instruction were sidelined by further restrictions on schools, we opened in a full online model with every teacher recreating their lesson plans and honing in on essential grade level and subject matter standards. Every step of the way, our governing board members, the administration, and our educational team have worked together to map uncharted territory for our kids. Take a look at just some of the things our staff and students accomplished last year, and then we'll meet up again across campus and take a look at our current online learning model.
We entered uncharted territories and put our all into delivering for our students.
Happy Wacky Wednesday! I wore my wacky glasses for you.
From home packets to online teaching, our students kept learning. Zoom sessions, oh so many Zoom sessions. Thanks to technology, over 13 million minutes of Zoom sessions this spring. Teachers like Donny Strander from Fort Washington were highlighted by Education Matters, and Elizabeth Olenchok brought Pajama Day to Zoom. Being distant didn't stop Larissa Hankless' 4th grade theater performance, broadcasting with backdrops, costumes, and memorized lines. Sherry Green led older adults through exercise classes and created an online community, while Clovis Community Choir created a virtual patriotic concert this year. We maximized achievement for all students, with educators like Angela Parra singing and signing for her deaf and hard of hearing students every morning. We brought joy to our community with parades across our cities. Our students also inspired, like Buchanan Junior Kai DeYoung, who crafted 650 wooden keychains for every Buchanan senior, and CTE medical career student Jolina Obligacion, who created art for senior citizens with inspiring messages. Rayburn's Bryce Stover 3D printed face shields for St. Agnes' frontline workers. And Clovis North students built a tutoring platform for younger students, helping with everything from algebra to zoology. Campus Club invited students back to campus with enhanced protocols. Campus Catering Heroes kept our kitchens fired up with 12,000 meals each day, and partnered with transportation to deliver those meals across the district. Technology prepped and delivered more than 21,000 laptops for student use. And we honored our student achievements, crafting unforgettable graduation ceremonies for our class of 2020. From pre-recorded ceremonies to in-person diploma presentations, we pulled out all the stops. This spring, we innovated solutions that are carrying us into the future, and we will continue to uphold the high standard of excellence that this community has been built on for the last 60 years.
That brief glimpse shows you what can happen when an entire community pulls together to take care of students. I will always remember the experience of watching our high school principals standing outside full-time for a week in 100+ degree heat to individually present diplomas to our class of 2020 graduates. I have witnessed that same level of commitment over and over again at each of our schools, as we have tackled the unique and varied challenges of 2020 together. The same is true when you see the efforts that our educational team has put into the current online learning model. Tara Wills teaches about 150 students in her 5 periods of English 12 each day at Clovis High School. Mrs. Wills, like so many of our teachers, has transformed her teaching environment.
One second, Isabella. Dr. O'Farrell has decided to come visit our class today.
Hi there, grade 12 Clovis High seniors. It's so good to see all of you. I know this is a very important course that you're all engaged in. What are you guys learning about today?
Right now we are practicing practicing thesis statements for our future essay that we're going to write. It's one of our first real essays this year that we get to write. Miss Wills is really helping us out by teaching us step by step the different processes of how to write.
I'm particularly proud of you for staying engaged as we're working behind the scenes to get you back to school on January 5th.
It's nice to share our new reality.
How are you feeling about being able to engage in distance learning?
It's challenging. It definitely keeps me on my toes. I'm constantly reevaluating how things are going. I'm always asking my poor students, how are you feeling? And I have them journaling and that sort of thing. I just find that if we don't take care of their emotional health, all of the other stuff doesn't work. And so just taking our time to do the most important things.
It's true. It's more true than ever before. And that's a great idea because the social emotional well-being of our kids is very critical right now. And I commend you taking the time to pay attention to all those things because the academics will come, but making sure that it's balanced with some attention to our kids' social emotional well-being. And I'm very happy for you students that you have a teacher who cares so deeply about your social emotional well-being because I know it's challenging out there right now.
Definitely.
So thank you, Mrs. Wells.
Thank you for coming to visit.
I'll let you get back to work. If you haven't done so lately, make sure you find an opportunity to affirm the teachers you know. What they are doing right now is pushing them far outside their comfort zones. They all feel like it's their very first year on the job. In this, our 60th year, we have challenged ourselves to find ways to shine like a diamond, the symbol of a 60th anniversary. Over the past months, I've reminded our team of the qualities of a diamond that we are striving to reflect to our community. Diamonds are formed under extreme pressure and heat. They are durable and strong and stand up to the most difficult of conditions without shattering. There is no doubt that we are experiencing challenges and that we must rely on our strong core values and educational principles that have stood the test of time in Clovis Unified. Obvious challenges like navigating the COVID pandemic could easily dominate every second of our time. But we are like a ship in a storm, focused on surviving the rough waters of the moment, while also looking far enough ahead to make sure that when the storm clouds clear, we have not been tossed too far off course. It's for this reason that we continue to work in Sacramento to advocate for fair funding for school districts like Clovis. I know it is hard to believe, but Clovis Unified is consistently funded at the very lowest levels of any school district in Fresno County. Overcoming the economic challenges the state's funding model creates for our district, stretching every dollar to near breaking point, and preparing for the possibility of future budget cuts created by COVID's impact to the economy is work that requires our attention today. The same is true of my decision to recommend to our school board that Measure A, after failing in March to pass, be again placed on the ballot this November. I recommended, and the board agreed, that Measure A is so greatly needed that our community should have another chance to weigh in on it before we start down a hard-to-reverse path of overcrowded schools at risk of falling into disrepair. With only a few days left before the election, I hope each one of you has gotten informed of Measure A's purpose: to fix and continue to modernize aging schools, upgrade ventilation systems and add safety features at every campus, and build new schools to keep up with growing enrollment, and are familiar with its financial impact, allowing the district to maintain our community's existing tax rate to fund local facility bonds overseen by local citizens. Our schools are an important part of our community's infrastructure, and your vote, whether for or against Measure A, will have a long-lasting impact on all of us. In the past few weeks, as COVID conditions in Fresno County have improved, we have taken strides towards opening our campuses for intervention and instruction. Take a look at the health and safety measures in place as we open our schools for on-site instruction.
Clovis Unified will continue to put our kids at the center of every decision we make. School will look different than it did in the past. We've worked closely with state and local public health departments to put a priority on the health and the safety of our students. Class sizes will be smaller. That means a new hybrid schedule, part in person and part online, will be developed, keeping maximum student achievement in mind.
There's a lot of cleaning happening.
Spaces are deeply disinfected at night, and staff members clean classrooms, restrooms, and other spaces throughout the day.
We're doing our best to keep each other safe.
Regularly scheduling hand washing and hand sanitation, requiring masks for all students and staff, and daily temperature checks as students come on campus, and keep kids at home if they have a fever, difficulty breathing, cough, or other symptoms of illness.
There's a lot of people doing their part.
School sites are developing individual plans. Teachers are working on their lesson plans, and a team of health professionals are being trained in contact tracing. The bottom line is, we're all in this together to keep our community and our campus healthy and safe.
Like the students here in the Clovis High Library, each of our schools have small groups of students at a high risk of learning loss already on site for intervention and support. These intervention pods, like our special education programs and piloted simultaneous teaching programs, are paving the way for the return of all of our students choosing in-person instruction. A waiver from the Fresno County Department of Public Health allows our elementary schools to open, and every campus is currently working at the local level to develop a phased-in return between now and the start of the second semester. For our secondary students, parents and staff are in the process of confirming their choice of online or in-person instruction. At our intermediate and high schools, students will soon be on campus for some career technical education and science classes, along with instruction and social emotional support, also culminating at the start of the second semester. In each decision we make, we lean into our core values. Our timeline and process for returning to on-site instruction is the same. As I said at the start of my comments, we are the 14th largest school district in California. Our size could easily become one of our greatest weaknesses. But we know that one size doesn't fit all, and that local neighborhood schools best serve the needs of local communities. This morning, I've covered a lot of ground. I encourage you to continue to watch for updates and information from us about our campuses and the district's ongoing response to the challenges before us. Know, too, that I am always interested in hearing from members of our community by email or through a phone call if you have questions about the district. We are founded on philosophies of teamwork and trust, and a belief that our schools belong to the community. There will be a post-COVID world, and in it, so long as we continue to remember who we are and what Clovis Unified has stood for since its founding in 1960, we will emerge stronger and brighter than ever before. This morning, I'd like to leave you with a reminder of those core values delivered in the voices of our students.
We believe in high standards in Clovis schools. We believe competition is an ingredient of high standards and important motivational tools. We recognize
3 levels of competition. First, you help me learn to compete against myself. That's the toughest competition of all.
You're teaching me to work in groups and compete in groups.
Because that's how I'll succeed in today's world.
With your help, I'm learning to win with class and to lose with dignity.
That there's a whole lot more to being a winner than just the final score at the end of my game.
You've taught me what to do when I lose.
And how not to quit when things get tough. No matter my background, my beliefs, or my circumstances, I've always gotten a fair break.
I've learned to read,
to write,
do arithmetic,
sing,
dance,
play in the band,
and compete in forensics.
Because you want me to experience it all, you do everything first class.
You like each other and you like me, and in Clovis Unified, kids' needs come first.
I need a role model. I need you.
I'm watching your attitude,
your teaching skills,
your ability to work with me and my peers.
And I'm watching your character and values.
If I'm gonna be a winner, I need to be surrounded by winners.
You've shown me that my education revolves around teamwork and trust.
And you get excited when I do things nobody thought I could.
And every day you show me what it means to be the difference.